If you don't remember, the Game and Geek Expo invited me to fly out. Here's money, fly out. Here's rooms, and then get your merch made, which was like $1,000 for me. And show up and sell your merch. Have a great time. We're gonna bring my NASCAR stock car there. We're gonna have a lot of fun. It's gonna be on display. We're gonna play sim race and stuff. It's gonna be great. Well, apparently one or two of the cosplayers that were coming thought that I loved old-fashioned Trump, probably because I play a Trump meme at the end or the beginning of my streams because it's funny. And they determined that I was too controversial and made people feel unsafe. Therefore, they sent me a crazy email saying I could not come because their event was inclusive, which means I need to be excluded. So I posted the email. It went viral, and then everything went all hell in a handbasket. Plot twist, the cosplayers that were angry I was going didn't even go in the first place, and they all canceled their guest appearances. I am very shocked. When you bend the knee, they tend to chop the other knee off, bro. When you're dead body, when you fall on the sword for them, they just come and kick on your dead body. They don't thank you for it. They just ask for more. That's what people do when you bend the knee. And it just so happens that the con happened today, and no one showed up. Pretty insane shit. And I'm very shocked because I thought, this will have a little bit of an effect. But a few people messaged me today, which we'll cover as well, talking about how Discord groups all were talking about this convention and all swore off this convention, and it spread like wildfire. So all these hundreds and hundreds of people that could have went to this con, maybe thousands, decided not to go. So we're going to get into it. So thank you guys for showing up. Make sure you like everything. Give your boy a kiss. Buy my merch in the link below, please. Because I am in the hole. So a lot of videos and pictures of this convention has come out, and you will be shocked that there is almost nobody at this convention. Keep in mind, they were predicting 10,000 tickets or minimum. Well, it looks like it was like 8 people total. And I feel bad because the unfortunate victims of this entire debacle were the vendors that showed up and paid hundreds of dollars to sell their products at the expo. And they probably lost a lot of money on that deal because they have to pay for flights, rooms, transports of items, and then they got to sell the items, and then they got to go all the way back. They definitely probably did not make their money back, for sure. So I don't know how that's going to happen. Are they going to sue the convention for intentionally sabotaging it? I don't know how that works. I'm not a lawyer. I am a redneck trailer park man. I tweeted this out, and it has blown up to almost 100,000 views so far. It's sitting at 65. I said there's a total of 10 people at the con who canceled me. This is the convention, by the way. You can literally count less than probably 15 people. And several of them work here. Like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He looks like he works here. And then there's some people back here. And then that's it. Like, oh my God, dude. But think about this for a moment. And there's so much footage to go through, by the way. This is not the only picture. There's video we're going to go through. So I got to put this out there real quick. When you cancel somebody in the year of our Lord 2025, there's a lot of people that occupy what you would say a political left is that don't support it anymore. Whereas a lot of them used to. A lot of them don't. I think the majority of the left now doesn't even support cancel culture. And the vast majority of the right doesn't. But that being said, to cancel one person, you also disenfranchise 40% of these people and 50% of these people. That's an insane amount of people. And I was talking to a guy today that is in a current Discord group that was talking about this specifically. And everybody in the Discord group and everybody that had any relation to that Discord group mixed in with different kind of groups on Facebook all said they weren't going to go to the con because of the stigma around the con. That's hundreds of people, by the way. That's not even that's not even to begin to say who would have came specifically for me. If I would have went to this convention, it may have added 50 to 100 people, maybe. But the damage is done in the forcible removal of said person. So now you have to subtract those people immediately. And then it goes viral. I mean, if you went to their Facebook, their Instagram, or anything, there was hundreds of comments that were deleted, by the way, of people saying F this place, F this place, F this place. Those are all potential customers. That's hundreds of people right there. Every single person that read that comment, which was probably hundreds more people, probably determined they weren't going right then. Why is that? And I'll explain the psychology behind this. People don't want to spend money, but they will if they want to do a certain thing or be part of a certain group or a part of their hobby that they adore and love. Well, if you give somebody, which is the majority of people, a reason to not spend their money, and I mean it could be the most minute reason, right? To not spend their money, they won't. Keep in mind, all the cosplayers also canceled their guest appearances. They might have had more people show up for them than me, because cosplayers are literally what cons are kind of about. And they all left. There is a very, very likely possibility that we're closing in on 1,000 or more potential customers. If you're looking at a ticket price of $30 to $40, that's $40,000. When you start to actually work these things out in your head, you realize how much damage was done. Because in my opinion, before I really started to think about this and before I started talking to people in groups and whatnot, I was like, it's probably not going to be that big a deal. Like, it's probably going to still have, the con's still going to be huge and great. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a guy. But when you actually start getting into it, you're like, oh shit, like this got really, really, really bad, really, really fast for these people. And you can tell immediately that, and this is the first picture that I pulled up. There is 11 people in this picture that are not working here that I can identify. This is peak Saturday. Now there's more, there's videos and everything we're going to go into, but that's devastating. I have been to Matsuri as a celebrity special guest or whatever, and we got to go in before they opened the doors because we have, we're guests. And we would walk in, and there was hundreds of people in the convention center, and the doors weren't even open yet. This is insane. So we're going to go through basically the last 24 hours of the convention today. Fair warning, I already went through this. So here's the morning of the Saturday portion of the retro, and the goal here is to see like how populated this retro is, or this retro con is. You know what I'm saying? Can you spot the Kirby, everybody? I know I can spot only 2 people in this image. You're gonna notice this is gonna be a theme moving forward, and it's mostly, all the stories are mostly vendors being like, I'm sitting here chilling. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling at the expo. Please come and see me. And you can look in all these videos and see that there's just nobody. There's nobody. Look at this. Look at this right here. You could play football without disturbance in this convention center right now. There's a guy. Hey, this poor bastard. That guy was having the time of his life. Mirage is like, well, at least he's having the time of his life. This is like bittersweet because all these poor people that came to this expo that had vendor slots got wrecked. This guy's like, damn, where everybody is. Where everybody is. Shit, boys. If anybody's trying to excuse this, you've never been to a convention. I've been to small conventions that were packed to the brim. I've been to furry conventions. Yes, I had a weird past. Okay. It was Tiny's fault. We went to Anthrocon. Packed to the gills. Okay. I've been to Cincinnati. Packed to the gills. I've been to Southeast Game Exchange. Packed to the gills. Matsuri, you can't even walk at Matsuri. There was a crowd of 100 people trying to watch people pick up the Thor hammer. Like a crowd of 100 people. You know what I'm saying? And they're just people trying to pick up a hammer. Okay, I'm not going to be a guest at a furry con. They would literally crucify me in front of everybody if I walked into that bitch. Okay, this is con in full swing, by the way, guys. There's 4 people. There's like 16 tables back there, or 20 tables of food, like where you sit down and eat food. There's no one at the tables. Now, to be fair, this will likely hopefully pick up. This is Saturday, though. All right, here's some kind of, I thought it was a cosplay thing. I don't think it is. It's like some kind of event where they have speakers and stuff. And these are like the celebrity guests. I know one of them at least is, because I know the guy. And there is like 4 people sitting in chairs. The front row has like 2 people. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Everything to me is hilarious, except for the fact that the vendors got shafted. That's the sucky part. This is full swing here. And there's definitely more people here. There's about 20 people over here. So 2-3 p.m. is going to be your absolute peak at a con. right? 12 to 3, 12 to 4, depending on the actual timing. Some cons have weird hours, like they'll close at 4 or 5, and I'm like, what? But this is absolutely peak. And when you see an actual good amount of people, it's literally employees of whatever brand is there. It should be hard to get a chair here. It should be hard to even walk here. It's very spooky. You know what's kind of weird? And I'm not bullshitting you, man. Every single post that I go to the next, I'm hoping that there's like 200 people, right? I'm like, okay, maybe this one's going to be the one. And it's just worse every time. Dude, the GameStop Expo in Las Vegas that we were flown to as a store manager every year, you couldn't even walk in those. And they were GameStop manager expos. It's crazy. They already started kind of teaming up or like teeing up the reason the con was going to fail when I was on the call, because they were like, we started this like a 2 months or 3 months or 4 months ago. So they were already kind of like preeing it up to fail. They're like, oh, it's probably going to fail regardless. But they needed to make 50 grand minimum, what they told me. So real quick, take a gander at this. So compare what you've just seen to Exhibit A. This is me in Las Vegas for just a meetup of me and Nick. It's an entire full house, plus there's like 100 people standing here in the back. This is a random hotel lobby in Las Vegas. Exhibit B. This is about 20 minutes before my panel at Matsuri. This is like 15 minutes before my panel at Matsuri. And this room goes from here all the way over to like here. And keep in mind, this was just for me. And like Nick, I don't even think Nick was on my panel that day. I don't remember who it was. Now, look, I'm not going to try to, shoot dirt up your ass cheeks and claim that or the canceling removed all those people. But I guarantee you it removed 500 to 1,000 more. Brutal shit, dude. So this is Fake Wizard. He said, this is my local convention center. It cost a fortune to rent this place. From what I heard, it's 48 grand, 45 grand, 44, somewhere around there. I don't remember. It's like in mid 40 grand. Normally it's packed so tight, it takes 45 minutes to get to one side of the other convention. Here's the photos for comparison. This is the same convention center. Oh my God. This is insane. This is what conventions usually look like, by the way. Are you further convinced? Yeah, Krabby Patty, it just goes to show that shit happens, man. And if they do it again next year, maybe they'll learn. And I would definitely change the name of it. That would be my first thing. If I was going to tackle this again, I probably wouldn't. But if I was, I would definitely change the name. You got to do that first and foremost. A lot of people are still going to realize it's the same thing, but a lot of people might not.